hung heavy with a sense of foreboding as I stood at the edge of the forgotten town of Pripyat. Once a bustling hub of life, it now lay frozen in time, a testament to the devastation that followed the Chernobyl disaster. My name is Alex, and I had embarked on a journey to explore the haunting remnants of a world forever changed. Years after the catastrophe, I had come to witness firsthand the eerie beauty and solemnity that enshrouded Chernobyl. Armed with a camera and a heart full of curiosity, I stepped into the heart of the exclusion zone. My senses were heightened, and a mixture of trepidation and wonder coursed through my veins. As I navigated the deserted streets of Pripyat, I couldn't help but feel the weight of history pressing down on me. Crumbling buildings stood as silent witnesses to the lives that once flourished here. Faded murals and abandoned playgrounds whispered of children's laughter that now only echoed in the wind. The Chernobyl nuclear power plant loomed in the distance, a hulking monolith shrouded in a pall of mystery. Amidst the ruins, I stumbled upon a desolate classroom. Rows of empty desks stared back at me, frozen in time as if awaiting the return of eager students. A forgotten chalkboard bore half-finished equations, a poignant reminder of lives interrupted. The hushed stillness was broken only by the creak of my footsteps against the decaying floor. The rusted Ferris wheel at the amusement park stood like a sentinel, its silent plea for one more joyful spin hanging in the air. The distant laughter that once filled the air now felt like a distant echo, lost to the ravages of time. The world had moved on, leaving only memories and a haunting emptiness. With each step, I was enveloped in an atmosphere of profound solitude. The sound of my own breathing seemed amplified, my thoughts a symphony of introspection. As the sun dipped below the horizon, I ventured further, guided only by the fading light and the pull of history. Inside a dilapidated hospital, I was met with a scene that both fascinated and chilled me. Vials of medicine lay untouched, their contents long evaporated. X-ray images adorned the walls, capturing the ghosts of patients who had once sought solace here. The air was thick with the scent of decay, and I felt an uncanny sense of being watched by those who had once occupied these forsaken halls. But it wasn't until I reached the infamous Reactor 4 that the true gravity of the disaster settled upon me. A haunting silence enveloped the area as I stared at the sarcophagus that now contained the heart of the catastrophe. The enormity of the events that had unfolded here was overwhelming. I could almost hear the whispers of the scientists, the frantic radio transmissions, and the collective shock that reverberated across the world. My exploration took me to the nearby town of Chernobyl itself. Amongst the overgrown fields and abandoned buildings, I stumbled upon a memorial dedicated to the brave liquidators who had risked their lives to contain the aftermath of the explosion. The names etched on the monument were a solemn reminder of the sacrifices made in the face of unfathomable danger. As night descended, I found myself drawn to the abandoned kindergarten. In its decaying interior, I came upon a room adorned with children's artwork. The innocence captured in their drawings contrasted starkly with the reality that had unfolded. A chill ran down my spine as I imagined the children who had once danced and played within these walls, now gone or scattered to distant corners of the world. With the moon casting an ethereal glow, I made my way back through the exclusion zone. The silence was almost palpable, broken only by the whispers of the wind. As I left behind the remnants of Chernobyl's past, I couldn't help but feel a profound sense of reverence for the lives that had been forever altered by the disaster. Chernobyl stood as a haunting testament to the fragility of human endeavors and the consequences of our actions. In its silent streets and crumbling buildings, I had witnessed the profound impact of a single moment in time. The echoes of desolation and the specter of the past had left an indelible mark on my soul, a reminder to tread cautiously in the pursuit of knowledge, progress, and the unknown.